Welcome to your daily focus for March the 28th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I send it right back to you. Now let's see what the energy is for us today. Look at that. We start with the King of Cups. We start with that stereotypical dad. This is our independence. This is standing on our own 2 feet. This is bringing in the balance between standing on our own 2 feet and caring for other people. This is where the tough love on ourselves comes in. Being disciplined. Pushing ourselves to do what we really don't want to do. The moon. Oh, we just came off of a new moon last night, didn't we? So, a new moon brings in that inner balance, that peace, that harmony, that soul center. And we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is making a decision, sometimes things that we don't want to look at. Let's get an angel card here. Travel, 10. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So travel, now we could be actually traveling, or we could be traveling in our mind through our thoughts, through our creativity. So it could be a day for meditation. It could be a day for prayer. Let's start with the King of Cups, though. Now, the King of Cups is the stereotypical dad in the deck. He's the one who goes to work, earns a living, so that he can put food on the table, a roof over the head of the people he loves. So, yes, there is that independence, but there's also that allowing other people to lean on us and supporting other people through compassion, through love. But first and foremost, we need to stand on our own 2 feet. First and foremost, we need to understand our own balance and how to maintain that balance going forward. I see that light behind him. And that light is kind of telling me that, there's this beautiful light within you. And maybe you don't see it. I know he doesn't see it. He's looking away from it, obviously. And maybe you don't see it, but other people see it. People value you. People think that you're wonderful in so many ways. And we're probably, the worst for recognizing our own beauty, our own strengths. Now we have the moon right here, and I think the moon is asking us to really embrace who we are. I don't get this as a fast forward day, although I thought it might be with the energy in Aries, but it's more of a pullback day still. It's more of deciding what seeds to plant. The moon strips us of everything, and what's left? Because that's your passion, that's your love, that's your dreams, that's your desires. If you lost everything in this very moment, and you only had you, what would it look like? What would you look like? What would be your passion? What would be your dream? What's left? Because so often we start to, do the me and the my, and the things around us start to represent who we are. And it's not necessarily true. It's the car I drive, it's the house I live in, it's the job I have. But you have to go under all of that and really understand what makes your heart beat. Because that's where you need to go forward. Is it in love? Is it in career? Two of Swords is probably something that you don't want to look at. That's what the Two of Swords usually is, that we need to make decisions. We need to bring in balance. We need to bring in understanding and probably compassion, with the King of Cups leading the way here. Now, somebody said that purple wasn't a blindfold, but a spiritual veil that we must look through, which I thought was just beautiful. And it almost looks like there's fireworks going off in the background. So today is a day to look inwardly, to understand what makes us tick. Sometimes it gets muted by this world that we live in. There's so much chaos and so much to do every day and so many fires to put out. And we're always on the go, on the go, on the go, on the go. And and it starts to get repetitious, even though we're always busy. We look back and we really accomplish the same thing day in and day out for weeks on end. And we tune out what our heart is telling us, what our soul is telling us, what our spirit guides and angels are trying to get through to us. And today it's asking you to maybe travel within. Maybe go within and understand what makes you independent, what makes you beautiful. What truly gives you a balance, a feeling of well-being, allowing your passion to come out, your sensuality. What are you hiding from about yourself? What have you muted? Because I think that, and I don't think, usually I kind of get that it's something that we don't want to look at, but I think it's something that we have muted within us today. We need to hear it again. We need to revive it. We need to bring it to the front. Maybe it's something that we don't want to do anymore, but chances are it's something that still brings us passion, still brings us joy, still brings us celebration when we allow ourselves to step into it. Maybe you were, the social butterfly, and then you got married and had kids, and now it's just going to work and then coming home and taking care of the kids, and then going to work and coming home and taking care of the kids, and you really don't have time for that social. But when you get out there in the world and you can let your hair down, that person comes out again, emerges out again. And then you pack that person back up neatly in the little box so that you can go back to going to work, taking care of the kids, going to work, taking care of the kids. And that's one example out of trillions I could probably use for how we start to fall into our ruts and we silence the passion in us. And this is recognizing the passion in us, recognizing our independence, stripping ourselves down to all the stuff that really doesn't matter truly around us, or it matters but it's out of context, and getting down to what makes you tick. Now, I said this is a decision, but I see the Libra sign, and it could be more of allowing balance in, allowing compromise in, allowing the compromise of maybe you'll let that person out of the box once in a while. Maybe it's painting you always love to do, or gardening, or fishing, or golf, or it doesn't have to be something great and elaborate. It can be just what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And it needs to be reintroduced into your life. And I think that's one of the seeds that you need to plant here. Let's see what our wise animals have to say. So I think it's a beautiful day, but I don't think it's an outward day. And if it ends up being an outward day, then you need to be very conscious of the fact that you need to make it an inward day. This isn't a day to, well, it's probably a day to do all kinds of things because the sun and moon are both in Aries. So it should be that fast forward motion, but the cards are saying, back it up. Take a deep breath. Think about what's important. Think about your happiness. your passion, your sensuality, your joy, your balance, your peace of mind. And how do you bring that into alignment? Under the radar. Look at that. We got the, see a little mouse under the radar? It looks like a little mouse, but no, our mouse is in a hammock, isn't he? He's our possum. That's right. Warrior, practical, assess. When the oak is felled, the whole forest echoes with its fall, but 100 acorns are sown in silence by an unnoticed breeze. The possum is a master actor, knowing which role to play at the proper time. Possums have practical and intelligent energies that help them assess the situation as to which part they should play. If they feel threatened, they play dead. Possum has entered your life today because it wants you to embrace your inner warrior. It is a time for you to go under the radar until the situation feels safe once more. Be careful how you use your words at this time, as you may injure relationships and cause even more ripples. Instead, take some time to allow any arguments or miscommunications to quiet, and then don't bring them up. You don't always have to be right, and sometimes stepping away from the situation helps to heal it more quickly and effectively. You may notice that work situations may feel difficult and transitions are happening. Don't start fretting that your job is in danger. Instead, let things play out around you. So it's very much goes with the card. Let life go on outside of you. But take that time to look inwardly, to meet that warrior, to meet that beautiful person, and reintroduce to yourself a part of your happiness that you once packed in a little box and put away on a shelf inside of your heart. It's time to bring a little bit more joy into your life, happiness into your life, balance and passion into your life. And today is the day to start. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.